Hi, this is Yvonne. Today I'm going to show you how to make Krusty the Clown. I made a couple mistakes on this one, but I'll fix it as we go along, so hopefully he still turns out awesome. You need ocean blue for his bow tie, red for his tongue. I used the medium skin tone color that comes in the Rainbow Loom pack for his mouth, white for his face, teal for his hair, yellow for his arms, white for his hands, purple for his shirt, green for his pants, and I used the jelly red for his shoes, but you can use the regular red or whatever colors you want, it's fine. I also used the big pony beads for his eyes and the mini red pony bead for his nose. Okay, so we'll get started. I make the body before I make the head. So we're going to do the body first. And I've already made one arm, so I'll show you how to make the other one. So I take 3 purple, and there's another 3 purple. Then we switch to 2 yellow. And another 2 yellow. And another 2 yellow. I don't trust that one. Another 2 yellow. Okay, and it should look like that. And now we're going to do his hands. And I do it similar to my Pink Panther one. So we have to make the 4 fingers. So take a white and put it on here, and you're going to double it. And another white. And I'm going to twist it and double it. And another white. And we're going to wrap it 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I said, we need 4, so just do another one. And again, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to turn my loom around so that I can do 2 more. And another one. And here I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Double it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just grab your hook, and you're going to grab the bottom 2 bands and just loop them forward. Be careful if they're tight, because they are doubled. You don't want to break your bands. Okay, so then you take one off, and you can fix up his finger. And then you add it to this peg. And remember to push it down. Try not to get it on the yellow bands because it makes it hard for looping later. And you take another one, and you can fix his finger, or you can fix it later if you want, but I like to fix it as I go. And then you can just add it here. And then you can take from this finger the bottom 2 bands, okay, and loop it around the bottom, if I can get it. Loop it underneath. Woo! Underneath the first finger. Okay, and you can just gently pull on it and the band will go where it's supposed to go. Then you take your next one and you can adjust the finger. And you can just add it to here. And then you're going to do the same thing. For the finger that you just added, you just go in and grab the bottom 2 bands of that finger, pull it out, and put it underneath the other 2. And push it down. Then you can take the last one. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, bear with me. You can fix the finger. You add it down here. And you do the same thing. Pull bottom 2 bands out and pull it around the other 3. And if that first finger gives you an issue, just tug on it a little bit, the bands will go where they have to. Okay, then you take your hook and you go underneath. Be careful, it's really, really tight. You grab the bottom 2 bands and pull them up onto itself. You go in, you grab the next 2 bands, loop it up. Grab the next 2, loop it forward. The next 3, loop it forward. And the last 3, loop it forward. Then you can just pull it off. And there's his arm. And you can just put it aside because I'm going to make things as we go along. So we have his arms. So now we can start his body. So I like to use 3 bands of the dark skin tone, medium skin tone, for his neck. Oops. Okay, now we're going to do his purple shirt. So for his shirt, it's 2 bands. 2 bands. Remember to push them down. Then we're going to go down and we're going to switch to 3 bands. And again, the 3 bands. Okay, sorry. We're just gonna do 2 bands. 2 bands. Then for this one, we're gonna switch to 3. And the next one is gonna be 3. And the next one is gonna be 3. And then do the same on the other side. It's 2 bands, 3, 3, and 3. And same in the middle. You're gonna go 2, and 3. Remember to push them down because we have to do the extension. There's an extension on his sides. So right now, you can take your arms and you can add them up here by the shoulder. Okay, I'm going to push all these bands down. And then for his pants, it's the same thing. We switch to green, and it's 3 bands. Three bands, and again three bands. Then we're going to do his continuous pants, and we're going to use 3 bands, and then do the same thing on the other side. 3 bands, and again 3 bands. And then we're going to switch to I use jelly red for his boots. So it's 3, and another 3. And then you're going to cap the bottom 3 times. So 1 band, and go 1, 2, 3, and push it down. Grab another one, 1, 2, 3, and push it down. And then grab another one. 1, 2, 3. Push it down. And then do the same thing for the other side. Remember, we're using 3 bands. And then the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and push it down. 1, 2, 3, and push it down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now for the holding bands, we have to do the extension still. So the extension is going to start here, and I'm only going to use 2 bands. So, oopsie, 2 bands from here to here, 2 bands from here to here, 2 bands from here to here, and then you're going to switch to green. 2 bands from here to here. And then do the same to the other side. 2 bands from here to here. 2 bands from here to here. And 2 bands from here to here. Okay, then at the top, we're going to grab 1 purple, and it's going to go across these 3 pegs. And what I'm going to do is bring it across, and I'm going to twist it and bring it to the center peg to make it a little tighter up here. But the rest of them will just be 1 band across 3 pegs. Don't forget to push your bands down. 1 band across 3 pegs. This one I'll use green. I'll switch to green, so 1 green across 3 pegs. Here's another green across 3 pegs. And there's 1 more. You're going to go on this peg, and we're going to bring it up and around and onto that peg. Okay, and then for this one, we are going to use a cap band. I'll try making it green. So 1, 2. Oh, I missed. Sorry, guys. I take these 2 off. I forgot to add the green on this side for the thing. Now you can just add those back on. Sorry, I still have a cold. My brain's not quite functioning yet. Okay, so we're going to take a green and we're going to cap this one. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to take another green and we're going to do the same thing on this peg. Make sure you're pushing your bands down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first thing we have to do now when we go to loop is we have to loop the extension. So just put your hook in, grab those top 2, make sure you don't grab the bottom or the holding bands, and loop it forward. Go back in, grab the 2 purple, and loop it up. Go back in, grab the 2 purple, loop it up. Go back in, grab the 2 purple. Oops, I missed one. loop it up. Make sure you stop here and then do the other side. Make sure you're just grabbing those two bands and nothing else. Okay, and then we stop here. And then what we're going to do is you're going to put your hook in here and you're going to pull it to the side. So when you do it this way, the holding band stays in the same spot. But make sure you don't touch this one and you don't touch the top one, or everything will unravel on you. Do the same thing to the other side. So I'll just flip this around. Pull it to the side, go back in, pull it to the side, go back in, pull it to the side. Okay, after you do that, then we're ready to loop up the rest. So go down to the bottom, under all these cap bands, grab the bottom 3, and loop it forward. If you miss one, it's okay, just go back in and grab it. Straight forward, make sure you get all 3 bands. Go back down, do the other leg. 3 bands. 3 bands. Okay, after you get there, we could go back to the side and we can loop it straight forward. Make sure you're grabbing all 3 bands. And then when you get to this point, I think it's only 2 bands. And then here you can just grab it, loop it forward. Okay, and then we go back to this one. Then when you get to the top, you go into one arm, grab the bottom 2 bands, and pull it to the center. Go into this arm, grab the bottom 2 bands, pull it into the center, push your bands down, and then go back for this one, pull it to the center. And you can make sure when you turn it sideways that it's all teardrops to make sure you got everything. Then you can stick your hook down here and grab the 3 skin tones for the neck. Make sure you don't grab anything else. And then just pull it forward. And now you can take them off the limb. I use a crochet hook to do that. So you just remove them very carefully. then there's his body. For his feet, you can just grab the back and pull the red forward. There. Then he's got big red floppy shoes. And that's it. Then you can put him aside. Okay, and we can get ready to work on the head. Okay, we're going to do his head. We're going to start with the hair extensions. So we're going to use 3 bands. This is the only part of the project where it uses the straight configuration. We're going to use another 3 bands. Then we're going to switch to 2 bands. And then we're going to take 1 and wrap it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to take our hook. And we're going to take it off. And we're going to put it aside for later. It'll stay. Okay, now to do these 2 side ones. So we're going to take 2 white and we're going to take 2 skin. Then we're going to switch to teal. We're going to go 2 and 2 in the middle and another 2 and then we're going to switch to 1 and we're going to double it and switch to 1 and we're going to double it going diagonally this way. And there's 1, and we're going to go 1 more and double it. Then we're going to get 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to get another one. And we're going to twist it and double it, and twist it and double it. Then you're going to take your hook, go into the cap band, loop forward. Then grab the next 2. Carefully loop forward because they are tight from being doubled. And then the rest you could just loop it up. Make sure you're always grabbing the bottom 2 bands. And then I get my holding hook. So I take this one off and this one off and I just pull it. And there's his hair. And now we're going to do the other one. 2 medium skin tone, 2 white, and then switch to teal, can use two, then switch to one and double it, one diagonally and double it, and then get one more and double it, and then one more and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And another one from here to here, double it, push bands down. Another one from here to here, double it, push bands down. Another one from here to here, double it, push bands down. Then you take your hook, and carefully loop up because they're tight from being doubled. Then you get your holding hook, take that one off, and then pull the rest off. Very carefully so you don't break your bands. And there's the other hair extension. Okay, so you're going to take these and you're going to put that aside. So now we're going to work on his head. So we're going to get two white, sorry. You also need it back into the stagger configuration. So 2 white, go diagonal, push them down. 2 white, go diagonal, push them down. 2 white, 2 white, 2 white, 2 white, 2 white, 2 white. Then we're going to switch to this one. Middle, but we take that piece off. Sorry guys. Okay. Now we can thread on the eyes. And the eyes will go over these pegs. And you can separate them, grab the top end and put it over. And push it down. Okay. So now we gotta make see, you can add your hair extension. This one goes at the very top. Make sure you get all of the bands on there and push them down. And then here you could put another holding band, and here you could put another holding band. Then you get the hair extensions you put aside. No, wrong side, sorry. It goes on these two pegs. Just make sure you're matching them with skin tone and white with white. And make sure you get all 4 bands on. So there's 4 bands on this peg. And then there's 4 bands on this peg. Then I'm going to turn it around. And it's the same thing. We're going to put 4 bands on this peg, and we're going to put 4 bands on that peg, and you're going to push it down. Okay. Now we can add his body. Here's his body. It goes on this peg here. Make sure you get all 6 bands, or all 6 loops rather, and make sure you push it down because you don't want it to pop off on you. So, we're going to put your hook in, and we're going to loop this one, and put your hook in, and we're going to loop this one. And yes, I noticed I grabbed a wrong band. This one is going to go this way. Put your hook in and loop it that way. And then push your bands down. So now we're going to make the bottom of the mouth. Sorry. You can also loop up these ones. Okay, so the bottom of the mouth is going to go here. So we're going to do it down here. So it's single bands, and they're going to be doubled. So the single band, double it. Single band, double it, single band, double it, another single band, go diagonally to close it up, and double it, and another one we're going to put here, And we're going to double it. Then we're going to take 2 red for his tongue. It's going to go right there. Then we're going to take another one, and we're going to wrap this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to take another band, and we're going to go across these 3 pegs. And we're going to double it. Then you take your hook, go under the cap band, pull up the 2 red. And you can just loop that forward. Then you can go back to the bottom, pick up the next 2, and you can loop that forward. Then you can go back in, okay, then you take your hook and you go in this one, take it off, next one, take it off, next one, take it off. Okay, that's the bottom of his mouth. And I give full credit to DIY Mommy for this, because I think I got this from doing her Goofy pattern, I think. And she has lots of great stuff, so I'm going to do a shout out to her and go check out her YouTube channel. So this, make sure you push the bands down. And we're going to put, sorry, it's very tight, so do this very carefully. It's going to go on these 3. So there's 1. 2, and stretch this over here for 3. And push the bands down. And now you can put your hook in and just loop the middle. And push the bands down. Now we have to do the top of the mouth. So again, another band doubled, and another one, and another one doubled. And another one doubled. And one in the middle doubled. And let's close it up. Okay, then on this one you're going to cap it 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to put a holding band here, and of course we're going to double it. And we're going to do another one on these 3, and of course we're going to double it. Then you get your hook, go under the capping band. Okay, after you're done, put your hook in, take this off, take that off, take that off, and then carefully take it off the loom. And it's going to go on these three. So make sure you get all 4 bands on each peg. So this one, this one, and this one. Push bands down. Okay, and we have one more thing to make. So you take the skin color. I'm going to do it down here. I'll use one of these pegs because it's easier. So I'm just going to double it. And this is what I use when I'm doing beads. So I just shove this up through the elastic. And I put both the ends together. And I grab my bead that I'm using for my nose and shove that on there. Then you can take this side off, push the bead on, give it a little pull, push the bead on, put the hook through, so you can now take this out, and then you can just turn it around to get the other half. And it is going to go like right here. And it's really tight, so be careful putting him on. Okay. So now you can loop up the white. And it's very, very tight. There's a lot of bands on there, so just be very careful. Release the pressure and loop it up. Same with the middle. The nose will probably be in your way, so just carefully bring those bands up. Give it a little wiggle. If that doesn't work, I use a crochet hook and I release the tension by going around. And then do the same thing on this one. Just grabbing the bottom 2 bands. Excuse me, sorry. Grab 2 white, put my hook through all of these, pull them all back up, around the top, I let go at the back, I tug on his hair, and I put my hook underneath, and I grab those two bands and pull them through. Then I take the two bands closest to me, pop them over, tighten it, and then I can put my hook back through, grab those two bands, and pull it to the back. And now he should be ready to take off. Okay, you just stretch him to fix his feet. Okay, the only thing we haven't done yet, you can fiddle with this and mold it to get it to point in a different direction so that it can kind of go up. Okay, so now we need the ocean blue, and what I do is I put two going from this peg to this peg, and then I get another two and I put my hook underneath so it's directly underneath, grab those two bands, pull it under and put it on the hook like that. Okay? Then I take the two bottom ones and I flip them over the two top ones, and then you give a little tug. Then you can take it off, and that's how I do his bow. Okay, and then you just take this and you put it around his head. And there's his bow. If it's too loose, you could just grab the bands and stretch them to pull it over again. So it's up to you which way you do it. With his mouth, you can just give it a tug. If there's too much red showing at the bottom, you can just pull on it a little bit so that the red comes up into his mouth instead for his tongue. Make sure his eyes are popping out. And I don't know what happened to my black marker, so I have to use a purple marker. And you just gotta draw a little dot because he has really small pupils. So you just draw a little tiny dot on each eye. And these, you can either leave them out if you want, or you can just, just tuck those down. And there you have them. Krusty the Clown. I hope you like them. Subscribe to my channel, and if you make them, feel free to post them on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Hopefully I'll see it. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.